What is love? Baby, don't hurt me no more. Baby, don't hurt me no more. What is love?
Well, I hope you liked the intro. Had some fun with that. So this video is called What is Love? So in my last video, I touched on the topic of word magic and how words cast spells. So what better word or spell to talk about than love? Love seems to be the most powerful and mysterious force in this realm. This word or spell is used to describe actions, emotions, things, people, places. People literally say they love anything in this age.
I love carpet. I love desk.
Brick, are you just looking at things in the office and saying that you love them?
I love lamp.
Do you really love the lamp, or are you just saying it because you saw it?
I love lamp. I love lamp.
In this age, words have lost their original meaning. We have allowed our speech to become corrupted without ever realizing it or attempting to fix it. So, in my efforts to find out what is real or what is true in this realm, I have had to get to the root of the meaning of language and the words I speak. Otherwise, I would be misleading myself and others when I speak to them. I'm the kind of person who is easily misunderstood in this age because of my free spirit and openness to new experiences. I question a lot of things, and I don't know, people don't like that in this age. It makes me look like something I'm not, I think. I set high moral standards for myself and do the inner work day in and day out. While I cannot say I win every battle each day, I can constantly question my own motives and the motives of others around me using my intuition. It's almost like I am able to recreate myself and the world around me each day based off my latest discovery of truth or what is real. Most people I have met in life are closed off and set in their ways. They endlessly repeat loops and patterns created by the dark magicians of our age. Unaware of the ability to create something new, they choose to remain ignorant. So they become hardened or calcified. And man, they are hard to be around sometimes, let me tell you. It's acting like crabs in a bucket. You know, the old crabs in the bucket, the one crab trying to climb out of the bucket and the rest of the crabs are always pulling them down. Yeah, I feel like that's how my life has gone. Trying to climb out and they keep pulling me back. Anytime you think of something new or go beyond what they believe, they choose to try and pull you down and attack your character or your avatar instead of having an open, honest discussion. Or you could say, they throw water on the fire. So, a lot of times in my life, I'll be talking about, I'll be using my imagination, talking about an idea, just going off, into imagination land and talking about something deep and something out there. And I'm trying to get somebody else to kind of like, hey, bounce these ideas back on, and they dump water on it and just, that can't be real, or change the subject, or just, attack me And my character, instead of just talking about the idea or using their imagination, it's very strange to me how people cannot talk freely in this age. It's the same as Plato's allegory of the cave. You've probably heard of that one. They prefer shadows cast on the cave wall. In this age, they prefer the television and the broadcasters. or they prefer what their scrying mirror shows them. Their slab. They're scrolling on their slabs all day. My slab. They're looking down at their slab as they're walking off a cliff. They're taking selfies and falling off cliffs with these things. It's a death by slab for some people. The classic quote by Socrates sums this up by saying simply, "The unexamined life is not worth living." Basically, we're going to talk about polarities. These people are living the opposite of knowing thyself. That's the last thing they want to do, is go inside and dig deep and know who they truly are. They're hooked to the character that they've created here, or what other people have told them they are. They really don't examine much. It's a lot of following, and it's just the other side of knowing thyself, in my opinion. It's like being fully your character or your avatar and not your spirit. So I find these funny. People might not like this, but I call it loser life. People that have literally lost the spiritual battle a long time ago and just became a flesh and blood beast. Their life is centered around money and status. It's a loser life. They're looking for people to think they're cool or something, and they want to, stack up gold or tell you all these tales about how important they are and how, they're the ones that are going to save you if you vote for them or if you give them money or whatever. They're a bunch of losers that lost their soul. So I just call it loser life. And I got more ways I put it. Sometimes I call it a barf bag life, because it's hard to look at somebody's life. It makes you want to throw up. Like when you see a politician deceiving people, it's just disgusting. They're living a barf bag life. Police beating a brutal, innocent person. It's just gross. It's nasty. Barf bag lives out there people are leading. I call a lot of this lost logic. There's a lot of people out there that have lost the ability to critically think. They can't find logic anymore. Throughout their life, they lost a logical stream of reality. And they allowed somebody else to trick them into the false reality. It's lost logic. There's a lot of people, start talking to them, and you'll have some deep questions, some deep understanding, and they lose them. They can't go there because they've lost a logical stream of why they're here, what the purpose is. It's just they gave up and, let the TV tell them what they are and what to do. They suffer from constant cognitive dissonance. Sure, you know what that means. It's like they are on the run from the truth, dipping and dodging all day long, solely focused on what they already think they know, and only listening to people who will reinforce their beliefs or spells, as I see it. You know the saying, speak no evil, see no evil, hear no evil. This hex or spell is basically saying, close your eyes, your ears, and your mouth, and blindly follow a leader, because you can't handle the truth. You can't handle being alive. because you can't handle evil. Because if you flip evil backwards, it's just live. You know, so if you don't see any evil, hear any evil, speak any, you're not living. You know, they've gotten you to not go out and experience life based on what they've planted in your head, you know, about evil here. You know, it's evil to question things, right? While this may sound harsh, this is my style. It's tough love. I choose to create a comedy in my life instead of a tragedy. You know, everybody's so into their tragic drama victim lives. It's such a terrible thing every day or every week. They got some crazy end of the world scenario that's got them down. They're just living in a giant tragedy constantly. It's just, I kind of see it like we're eternal spiritual beings, and it's pretty hilarious for people to be acting in this manner. It's just funny to me. It's not sad. You know, that they can have all their sadness. I'm good. Sometimes love is telling people the things they don't want to hear, but it may help them out in the end. So I say it all anyway. So let's get back to the love discussion. Let's start by defining what love is not. Okay. Love is not a battlefield. I'm sure you've heard that stupid song. Battlefields are battlefields. Okay, it's not a place for love. Obviously, it's a place where people go to war. So if you're constantly fighting over love, it's not you don't get it. I don't think love is a battlefield. I don't think love is not conditional or transactional. It's not an exchange. I get this, you get that, you know. I guess to put it bluntly, what the girl gets the protection and the money, the guy gets to have his way and, you know, do his thing. It's a transactional relationship. Each partner gets their part. It's basically a business. You know, when you get a lot of these people get married, they don't realize it's more based like a business than off of real love. A lot of marriages are basically businesses backed by the force of the state. And I got this from Mark Passio. I listened to him a couple weeks ago, and it was just brilliant the way he put this. He said, if prostitution was legal, these transactional marriages could not exist. You know, a man would just pay a prostitute instead of paying his wife all the time. So it's just funny how that works in these business marriages that people have. That's why there's so many divorces. You know, it wasn't based off love in the first place. So the guy might as well have went to a prostitute, in my opinion. Love is not giving anybody attention or getting attention from somebody. Okay, attention is like worship. Or idolatry, when you have to give somebody attention all the time, you know, like, oh, yes, I see you, yes, you're wonderful, yes. That's not love. It's just, you just love being in the spotlight, you know, you just like attention. That's not what love is. Love is not sex. Love is not lust, okay? Sex is just a simple pleasure. Love is far more powerful and expansive than a physical pleasure with somebody else. You know, can't replace real love. It's just a cheap imitation. Love is not force. Okay, forcing your family to love each other is insane. Okay, so love is free, and it's up to each individual if they want to love each member of their family and how they do it. So, you know, it's probably going to sound bad, but a lot of people talk about disowning their family. And it's kind of something I think we should all do. It's not to say you don't love your family members or that you don't hang out with them and talk. It's just you don't own each other. There's no emotional expectation. You don't owe me love all the time. Nobody owes anybody anything. I think that's why it's so screwed up in this age. Everything is so expected and outward based. Show me the love. Show me the this. You can't just let the invisible love flow. It's got to be seen and enforced, right? Everybody in the family's got to love each other. You go hug Billy in the corner because you said something bad. It's just, I'm all about freedom. I just don't think you can have love without freedom. Then love is not a preference. You can't love one team over the other team. You can't love one country over the other country. These are just preferences. Love does not separate, even though people like to use it to separate you. So that was all the things that I don't think love is. Here's what I do think love is. Love is abundance, growth, infinite possibilities, freedom to choose. I love that. I love having a choice, not being forced into something. Freedom is to change without anyone's permission. Nobody's has to give you any permission. You can change any moment you want based off how you feel. Love is truth. Being open and honest to all. There's no deception, zero trickery anywhere. It's just open and honest. Love is not trying to trick nobody. Love is being yourself and expressing yourself fully. If you truly love yourself, you're letting it all out. You're letting it ride the way you really feel inside. Love is having a heart of gold, being uncorruptible, having pure intentions for all living beings, even the ones you disagree with. Real love loves all these people that you don't agree with. That's definitely a part of real love. You're able to coexist with all. Love is like the sun or water. It's a never-ending flow of energy that nourishes all things. Water doesn't decide who it's going to nourish. Okay, water's there for the bad guys, the good guys, the big, the small. Water doesn't differentiate. Okay, water loves us all. It nourishes us all. Just like the sun. The sun shines down on everybody. It doesn't pick and choose who to shine down on. Love is silent. I like this one. I really think words get in the way of just so much, and you can just tell if there's love there or not. You can sit there silently with someone. No words need to be said. You feel it. You know it. And it's almost like the more words you try to use to tell somebody you love them, the further you get from the real love. You're just muddying the waters of it. So just be quiet, silent. We need more silence in this age. Love is letting go so the other can grow. Sometimes you gotta let go of somebody you're deeply in love with, or somebody you have a fantasy about, or a kid, an adult, somebody who's passing on. You gotta let go. You can't cling to things here. This is just a temporary place. We're all gonna come and go. But love is letting go, letting things be free. Like love is not controlling. Put it that way. Love is a force of nature that is endless and eternal. And then, I think love can be a state of being, like an attitude almost. You can just be in a state of love if you choose. Openness within yourself and all things. You're just open to it all. You're not just automatically shutting people out and saying no. You're always giving somebody a second chance. All love comes from actions. Forget the words and act in love. You know, actions speak louder than words. Words deceive. So if you're going to judge anyone, judge them by their actions alone. You know, over time it will become obvious if they're keeping their word or not by watching what actions they take in their life. So now I want to talk about, let's see, so this gets pretty personal, but I got to talk about it, how I've been trying to remove hate from my inner world. So for over 6 months, I've been working on removing hate from my life entirely. I know, you gotta hate stuff. Everybody hates something. Da, 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 da. You know, I don't know. I feel like you can kind of create whatever you want here. And I've been, I don't let that emotion rise anymore. You know, I usually find a way to make fun of it, okay? So if I see something I used to hate, I make a joke. I laugh at it, you know, instead of letting it twist me up inside, make me feel rotten or something. I just, that's, you know, there's another barf bag life or something stupid. It's like an alchemist turning the lead into gold. So I think another big part of getting rid of your hate, I stopped drinking alcohol entirely. Just getting alcohol out of your life, you know. I would only drink once a week or once every 2 weeks. Like, I'm not an alcoholic. I barely would drink. But I just realized it made me quick to anger, quick to frustration. Like, man, there's something about alcohol that keeps you, you know, you easily can get frustrated and mad and then go down that route of, oh, that didn't work, and then this ain't gonna work, and it like piles up. That doesn't happen anymore since I stopped drinking. I can kind of not go there. And then I gotta tell you, like, this is a thing that's been going around the internet lately. The origins of the word alcohol came from the Arabic term al-ghul or al-kul, which means the body-eating spirit. What do you know? The alcohol, etymology of the word alcohol goes back to a body-eating spirit. You know, they call alcohol spirits. It's plenty of proof. You know, if you've done any alcohol or any alchemy with alcohol tinctures, you know, like taking any herbs of the field and then making an alcohol tincture, what's the alcohol doing? The alcohol is sucking the essence out of that plant. Okay, it's sucking the essence, the spirit out of the plant so that you can take it as a medicine. But, you know, I should also tell you, it's sucking your dang spirit out when you drink it. It's literally sucking the spirit out of plants. And you wonder why you lose yourself and you feel like a beast when you drink it. And then just Google this, you know, Google alcohol and the body-eating spirit, and you'll find how many fact checkers want you to keep drinking. I mean, it's like, you know how they have all this censorship on the internet, and then they have all these fact checkers that basically, like, help with the censorship and show you, oh no, those guys, here's the facts of why they were lying to you. I'm telling you, the censorship, the fact checkers, it's the opposite, okay? It's just funny to me that you have fact checkers telling you that alcohol is not a body-eating spirit, when I don't know. I think anybody who's drank it has felt terrible the next day, like it's something ate their body. I got more proof of why alcohol is no good. So I bought this high-frequency violet ray device for electric healing. It's a Nikola Tesla technology from BAAR.com. And this device only has a few warnings using it. The biggest danger is drinking alcohol before you use the device. You can die if you drink alcohol. If you drink the body-eating spirit the night before you try and charge your body or heal with electricity. So learning this has only reinforced my thoughts on how dangerous alcohol truly is, or the al-ghul. And I'm talking about a high-frequency violet ray device. You probably are like, what in the world is he talking about? I rigged it up, and I want to show you because it's pretty cool. And this is old technology from like the 1800s, the early 1900s, when they were dealing with this stuff. But you basically, it's a violet ray that you can run over your body. It just energizes you, it heals you. I think it's definitely up my alley of things I like to experiment with. So I had to show you. Trying to do a lot of healing with that wand, you know, but it was just hilarious to learn one of the only things is you can't be drinking alcohol when you use the healing device on yourself. So maybe that would accelerate the body eating spirit to eat you up and kill you or something crazy. So simply put, removing alcohol allowed me to remove the hate and frustrations I had for others, along with a strong mind and a will to change, right? Like you can't just quit alcohol and then everything goes away. You gotta have the spirit and the grit to want to go there. Removing hate and living through love exclusively has changed everything in my life. I now realize love is endless. I can keep sending love to everybody without expecting anything in return. If they reject my love, it doesn't bother me because I know I always have more to give. I am a creator. I choose to create love instead of hate. I create unity instead of separation. Let love and laughter be your shining light in this dark age. So I figure I'd kind of share with you kind of my discovery I've been onto lately about love and how it's just far more mysterious and powerful than I think we even can comprehend. And this is just what I think of now. Who knows how it's going to change? But I don't think it's the way most people view love. Like a never-ending fountain, and we can just choose to live in that space of love all the time. I just think you have to be strong inside. You've got to get to a point where people don't bother you anymore. It doesn't matter what they say or what they do. You're on your mission of love, and they can't do nothing to stop it. So I thought this would be a good talk to share with you. I mean, love is, can't really say much about it. It's still a mystery, I think. So I love you all. Hope you enjoyed this one.